Today, we will discuss 5 powerful habits that helped me become a successful entrepreneur. And if you apply these habits, you're absolutely going to be a successful entrepreneur. The first habit I want to talk about today is setting clear goals. Okay, even the Bible said that where there is no vision, the people perish. Imagine you're going to, I live in Los Angeles. Imagine I'm going to Las Vegas and I'm driving and I don't have a road map. I don't know where the actual address where I'm going to. Do you think I'm going to get there? Of course, you're right. The answer is no. So the first thing ever when we're talking about being a successful entrepreneur is to set clear goals. Because once you set clear goals, your eyes are on the reward of that goal. Every other thing is going to fall in place. Now, I'm going to be giving you 5 in this video. But at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus point that's even going to bring everything together for you. Again, number 1 is what? Set clear goals. The second habit that you want to imbibe, like your life depends on it, is what we call personal development, aka PD, or continuous reading. Okay, it says that the moment you stop learning, you're dying. As human beings, we're always in the state of movement, growth, and anytime that someone is not growing, that person is dying. We don't ever have a stability. Is not being standstill. Think about the blood in your body, in your bloodstream. It's flowing 24/7, right? And even when you're sleeping, your blood is flowing. The moment your blood stops flowing, guess what? Because that means your heart stopped pumping. Your heart pumps 24/7, 7 days a week. Like every single microsecond, nanosecond, your heart is pumping. That's how God has created us to be. So we need to grow. The way we grow our body by eating food, that's also how we need to grow our mind by reading. I want you to think of the fact that one book might take someone 10 years to write. They're going to research into it. They want to be an authority in this topic. Obviously, there's 1 or 2 crappy books you're going to meet. Okay, I'm not saying every book is just perfect. But even in that nonsense, you can throw away the none and keep the sense. Because there's always going to be a sense inside the nonsense. So what am I saying? Read, read, read. A rule of thumb is at least read 1 book a month. Some of us, we do read 2 to 3 books a month. I've had a period of personal development that I read 4 books a month, okay, 1 a week. Now, that doesn't mean you're saying, hey, Blessing says to do personal development, so I'm not going to be running my business. I'm just going to personally develop. No, you're reading so that those things you're reading, you're implying it. Who are some authors you want to read? John Maxwell, he has a lot of information on leadership. Patrick Bet-David, he has a lot of information on building your own business, building an empire, building an agency. There are so many books that you could read that people have taken so much time to write. So, number 2 is what? Personal development. Number 3 habit that you need to inculcate is time management. It's not everything that must find itself into your schedule. So let's say if you don't have a calendar, please get one. And I'm not talking about the paper calendars, okay? Use Google Calendar, use anything that works for you. Calendly is really good, or Google Calendar. But once something gets in your calendar, make sure that thing gets done. So that means the only things that find their way into your calendar are the important things. Some people advocate having the 6 most important things that you do. I actually learned that years back from Mary Kay. Every single night before you go to bed, what are the 6 most important things you want to do tomorrow? Let those things get in your calendar first and start from your most difficult, dreaded task to the least ones, okay? Let's say, for example, I'm a life insurance broker. Let's say I don't like prospecting for new clients, because so many of us don't, right? I do. I love prospecting. But let's say I don't like prospecting, but I need to prospect before I could get clients in. So what do? Schedule prospecting earlier on in the day. Get it off the way so I could now enjoy the rest of my day. You get the idea? So it depends on what. Some of you are into sales and you dread the phone. It's a phone. So pick up the phone and dial. Let's say your goal is to make 50 calls a day, 25 calls a day, whatever that number is for you. Get on it, Get into your phone calls, make your phone calls, get it off the way, then you can continue other things you want. But you want to clearly manage your time. Create time for lunch, time for sleep, time for family time for running your business, your appointment, your scheduled appointment. I want you also, having a good time management skill also helps you to achieve so much more. When I started here, guys, I was working 60 hours a week and I was doing my master's full time. I didn't have a lot of time at my disposal to play around with. So I had to, my time is, right now, okay, I'm a little more relaxed because I'm done with my master's and I don't clock in and out for anybody, right? But then I used to account for every 15 minutes of my time. You have to, because that's the only way you can become highly effective. So what's number 3? You're right, time management. Number 4, attitude you want to inculcate as a business owner is urgency. If someone is not urgent, guys, nothing gets done, okay? I have a time that, anytime you just think about urgency as this. We all have to move this ball from point A to point B. You take 3 hours to move the ball. I take 30 minutes to move the ball. Someone else moves the ball in 2 minutes. Who would you say is more highly effective? The person that moved it in 2 minutes. That person is more urgent. It's not because you cannot do it in 2 minutes or I cannot do it in 2 minutes. We just didn't think we can do it in 2 minutes. So a lot of times, urgency is a mindset. We think we have a lot of time. Sometimes you do have time, but the people you want to win for, they don't have time. Some of us, we don't know how long we're going to have our parents or our loved one that we're wanting to help. Let's say my goal is to develop malaria vaccine. I don't have time because each time I'm waiting to start that, people are continuing to die of malaria. So it depends on what your goals are. You want to urgently attack it. People that are around you, they need to know that you're urgent. They cannot call you on the phone and stay 1 hour. The people that know me, they already know, okay? I live with my mother-in-law the past 11 years. Even she's 89 right now. Even she knows to be urgent when she needs to address something. Yeah, if we're sitting on the dinner table and we're relaxing and we're having a conversation, that's a different thing. But if I have to hop into an appointment and you want to ask me to buy you ABC and you're going around the table, I'm going to already be gone by the time you finish. So what does she learn to do? Make a list, give me a list. You see how things are easier. So you need to be urgent. And once you create that urgency, people around you will know. Initially, some people are going to resist it because change is the only inevitable thing. But that's the only thing that people resist a lot also. But once people get used to the fact that you're urgent, you got to go, this is the time you allocate for this thing, and you cannot play around, they comply. So what's number 4? Urgency. The number 5 powerful habit of a successful entrepreneur is avoidance of laziness. Guys, I want you to avoid laziness like a plague. Laziness will eat your time. Do you know it's in the Bible, right? It says a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of hands, and poverty will come over you like a thief. I shared this with one of my business partners the other day. He was like, oh, really? That's really in the Bible? I'm like, yeah, let's pull it up. So we don't want to, because as an entrepreneur, nobody is holding you accountable to clock in and out. Nobody is standing over your shoulder to make sure that you get those things done. So you know what an average entrepreneur, you see my finger quote, right? Entrepreneur in quote, what they do, he knows that he needs to make a few calls to schedule appointments for the week. They come into the office, they walk around to greet everybody in the office. That takes like 5-10 minutes. Make a little joke here and there, another 5 minutes is gone. Comes into the office, arranges business card because they have to be in order before they can start calling. Another 10-15 minutes is gone. Oh my God, he's so thirsty. Goes to grab water. Oh no, water is not here. He goes to the other room to go get a case of water. Another 10-15 minutes is gone. And then, oh my God, he hasn't taken his breakfast coffee. That's why he's so sluggish today. He goes out for his coffee, comes back 30 minutes after. It's around 11:30 to 12. Oh my God, he needs to make a few calls. He calls 1 or 2 people, gets a voicemail. How is it that nobody is picking up phone right now? Okay, he has to go for lunch because everybody's at lunch. That's why they're not picking. right? Then he goes to lunch, comes back from lunch, maybe like from 1 to 2. It's 3 o'clock. He picks up the phone to dial. Oh, an email buzzes. He reads the email. From there, he sees a Facebook that just pops up on his phone. He looks at it. He scrolls through a few Instagram because he needs to like, right? He needs to like and show some love to his people, right? And then, let's say by the time he gets back to it, it's already 3 o'clock. Guess what? He has to go by 4 o'clock to go pick up the kids. So he has from 3 to 4 to make phone calls. Compare this to the person that is not lazy with his job. They get to the office at 8 o'clock, do 1 or 2, checking their email. We always say work in your business from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then work on your business from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. So you cannot be checking emails at 9 a.m. in the morning or 10 a.m. in the morning. No, that's not what you do. So you want to gamefully use your time. That's where we are driving to. Get up on time. Have a set up your alarm to wake you up the same time every day. I don't care that you own your own time. Wake up at 6. Go to the gym. Whatever you have to do, but stay active and do not be lazy. Because I'm telling you, procrastination is a lazy man's apology. And everything you think is going around you is going around the other person. That's why 90% of so-called entrepreneurs are not successful, because they are doing every other thing except the main thing they need to do. I did promise you there's going to be a bonus point, right? Okay, I always keep to my promise. So your bonus point, really, which puts every single thing we've talked about today together, is whatever happens, never quit. If you have that never quitting attitude, it's going to make a whole lot of difference. It's not even just in business. If you're going to school, never quit. Don't tell me the course is, oh my God, math is so difficult. Learn it. Figure it out. Let's say you're in a relationship. It's not the first time you have argument, you're quitting. No, then you're going to quit 201 relationships. So stay there, sort it out. Now, I'm not saying, for example, in a relationship, if you're abused, sit there, abuse. But you get the idea. Do not run away from the problem. Address the problem. Let's say in your business now, let's say you're in business and initially you're always going to have some difficulties or some challenges when you start a new business. It's normal for anything that's new. The time you started school the first time, it was different. The time you started dating, the time you became a parent the first time, you didn't know how to be a mom and a dad. You learned it as you go. So also is in business. So when you see those challenges, do not quit. The only business person that's never going to be successful is the one that quits. If you never quit, it's only a matter of time before you start learning those habits and attributes that makes you a successful entrepreneur. So if you can't remember anything I said today, which one did I just say right now? Your bonus point? You're right. Do not quit. Never quit. If you never quit, it's only a matter of time. You stick it long term. You'll improve your skill little by little every day. You'll improve yourself. You personally develop. You avoid laziness. There's no way you're not going to be successful. Because it's not how day follows night. Success will always follow when you're diligent in your work. So do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay.
I got that, okay.
Oh my God.
There we go. Say something?
Something?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, okay.
He said so the other time I was in church, and this guy said to put our hands together. Okay? So here was I. Others were clapping. I'm like, he's like, you're not clapping. I said, no, because he said to put our hands together. My hands are together. He just started laughing.
I love that.
Okay.